Hi friends, Quinn here and welcome back to the channel. This video is a little late, just a little, but today we'll be checking out my top 5 figures of 2024. 2024 was filled with a lot of amazing figures, and I feel like that year also started new shrines in my collection, which are linked to some figures that are releasing this year. So I'm really excited to expand the collection that I started in 2024. If you watched my last top 5 figures of whatever year that was, you already know that the same rules apply. The figure had to come out in 2024. It can't be a re-release or a variant, and I would have also had to receive it in 2024 as well. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, starting off at the bottom of the list is a figure that I actually forgot released in 2024. I for some reason thought it released in 2023, and that's because it released in the beginning of 2024, which is February, and it is the Gura by Design Cuckoo. Even though she released in February, I think I actually received her in April. I just think she's a really solid figure. I believe this is Design Cuckoo's first, or at least one of the first figures they released, and they're quite impressive. The sculpting on this figure is very crisp and well done. I love the shading on her clothes. I love that the details on her clothes are also sculpted and they didn't skimp out on it. I think her hair is well done. Her expression is really cute as well. And I do love the water base. I think this is a water base that is done right. She honestly would be a lot higher for me if her expression was different. I don't think it's the most accurate Gura expression. Maybe if she was showing her fangs and she was smiling, it would be a lot higher for me. But still a great figure nevertheless. Alright, number 4 on this list is a figure I unboxed not too long ago actually, but I did receive her before 2024 ended. Number 4 is the Shirro muku figure by FNX. I probably pronounced that wrong. And yeah, be sure to check out that video for more in-depth unboxing experience when it comes to this figure. But this is my first Shirro figure and I'm so happy it's this one. I believe she fell under the radar and she wasn't that popular, unfortunately. It might have been the hefty price point, it might have been the big base she comes with. She is quite a wide figure, but I just think she's quite lovely. I do have a couple more Shirro figures that I've added to my collection since I've unboxed her, and she's probably still my favorite one. I just really adore the rainbow hair, the way it flows out and how dynamic it is. I love the traditional clothing she's wearing. The paint job on it is really eye-catching, and I really adore the pastel coloring all over. And this is honestly one of the best Shirro faces that I've seen out of all of her figures. Alright, now that we're reaching the top 3, these 3 figures I had a really hard time placing. I feel like in a couple weeks or a couple months time and I rewatch this video, I'm going to probably change my mind, but at this time I'm going to stick with this order and hopefully I feel the same later on. But number 3 on this list is the Reena 1/6 scale by SkyTube. This is probably one of the only Saiton figures that came out in 2024, or at least the only one I picked up anyway. And I waited such a long time for this figure to release. I remember she was in the unpainted stage for the longest time and I just thought she was never going to release. But here she is now, and I think she is one of the best Saiton figures in my collection. I think my favorite type of anime girl is definitely the blonde ones, hence why Reena is on this list. I also really love make girls, again, and then in combination with the streetwear fashion, I just think that's such an odd but cool idea to combine the two concepts. And it is SkyTube, you can never go wrong when it comes to SkyTube quality. Highlights for me are her pose. I think she looks really delicate and sweet. I love her hair sculpt and how dynamic it is, the way it flows out. And the biggest selling point for this figure for me would have to be her jacket. Her jacket looks so cool. The shading on it is really well done, and I just feel like it's such a premium sculpt. Oh my gosh, it's the final two. It's the final two figures. Okay, now if you've been watching my channel for a while, you would know that this figure was for sure going to be in my top 5. I'm kind of shocked that this one isn't in my top 1, and I'll get to why later. But number 2 on my top 5 list is the Eve body harness version by Pink Charm. This was definitely one of the most popular releases by far in 2024. And her aftermarket is like skyrocketed. I think she goes for like 50 to 60,000 yen now, which is so crazy. And this was quite immediate after her release as well. I also think this is the figure that really elevated and exploded Rurudo's popularity. Rurudo was an already popular artist, but this one just really elevated that. And now every time there's a Rurudo figure that comes out for pre-order, everyone's saying the same thing: pre-order it, snag it, lock it in, because they're scared something similar is going to happen with this figure. She's so lovely. She's just such a delicate figure, such great quality. The detailed wings, the overall softness, and her beautiful hair sculpt. We have a couple more Rurudo figures coming out in 2025, so be sure to lock yours in because it's so worth it. Okay, I'm about to show the number 1 top pick of 2024 for me. I hope it's not an unpopular opinion, but before I show it, I just want to say this figure is done by Alter, and I hope that justifies me putting it above the Eve Pink Charm figure. Number 1 on my list for 2024 is the Malin 1/6 scale by Alter. I just love this figure so much. I just adore every single aspect about her. I think on top of that, when I saw the quarter scale version of this character in this outfit, I just fell in love with that concept so much. And when this was put up for pre-order, I just couldn't help but fall in love with her. And it's Ulta quality. Ulta quality with a character design you love so much. It's a no-brainer that this was going to be number 1 on my list. My YouTube name is Sleepy Nyan, and this character is known for being quite sleepy and lazy, which also makes me feel quite related and connected to her. I adore her hair so much. It's made with translucent plastic, but it's done correctly and suits the character's vibe so well. It doesn't look tacky, it looks high quality, the shading on it is just top notch. And although she's not wearing that much clothing, the clothing she is wearing is painted really lovely as well. And like, look at this base. Look how adorable this base is. It's so perfect. They didn't need to do that. They could have just put her on a simple acrylic base, but this also elevates the cuteness of this figure. It should also be noted, and like, I don't really care for this, but I do want to mention it. She's also a forced cast off, and if you don't know what that is, you can remove the top pieces on her outfits, and underneath is sculpted and painted, but you will not be able to put the pieces back on, if that makes sense. But yes, this is my favorite figure of last year, and it's a bit of a cop-out because I never got to show her off on my channel, but I'm doing so now. I kind of want to wait for her quarter scale to come out, and then I want to do a Battle of the Figures episode with Malin in this outfit. And that is my top 5 figures of 2024. Comment down below if you agree with the 5 figures I showed. Would you also rank them in that order? And let me know what was your favorite figure of 2024. I'd love to know. But with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one.